But I
Let me
love
read
the end
this.
when he wraps up how bad he reads and he goes, "It's Tylenol." In other words, it's a paraphrase for Tylenol. La la la.
Wait, can you
La la
reenact
la la
that?
la la la.
Today we're breaking down the latest episode of the Don Lemon Show with Godfrey, George Han, and Francesca Fiorentini, where they took on the controversy surrounding Jimmy Kimmel's suspension, the headlines around Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump, and the bigger picture of what's happening in comedy, free speech, and media today. The conversation covers everything from Kimmel's joke about Trump's dumb ballroom to the public backlash that led to Disney Plus and Hulu cancellations, showing how corporate decisions, political pressure, and audience reactions collide in ways that directly affect comedians, content creators, and viewers. The panel mixes humor with sharp commentary, pointing out moments so absurd you can't help but laugh, like Trump struggling to pronounce acetaminophen, while also exploring the serious consequences for comedy when corporations and politics start calling the shots. This episode isn't just about one joke or one suspension, it's about what it means for the future of comedy, how audiences can wield real influence, and the ways media companies respond when public outrage meets corporate interests. If you enjoy analysis that's funny, sharp, and totally unfiltered, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Fry Plantain.
Let's talk about this. Godfrey, when you heard about the Jimmy Kimmel, what did you think? And now that he's back, what do you think?
Well, when he got canceled, I said, "Oh, what did he say?" And then I was like, "Really?" And the joke was like, he was talking. It was really Trump that was blowing off the Charlie Kirk situation. He was talking about his dumb ballroom. You know, remember he goes, "Well, how do you feel?" He goes, "I feel good. We have a ballroom. We're doing our ballroom." I'm like, "What?" I was like, "That's what he did." He goes, "We have the trucks out there. It's going to be a wonderful ballroom. Isn't it going to be great?" I was like, "What are you doing?" Like, he blew Charlie off, and all Jimmy Kimmel said was like, "Can't you have some empathy for your guy who was, and that's all it was." And then we got canceled. I was like, "What?" But then this is the power of the people, man. People were canceling their subscriptions. I heard people going, "I'm not even going to Disneyland anymore. I'm not doing any of that." And for him to be right back, I'm looking forward to his monologue.
You are.
Oh, yeah.
I am too.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Jump in.
No, yeah, no, I'm definitely looking for. I mean, I think, the real lesson here is people still have power despite the Democratic Party
That was my
being
question,
kind of a wet
Francesca.
noodle.
Thank you. Do people still have power? Thank you for saying that. I'm sorry to cut you
Yeah.
off.
No, and I think, Godfrey said it, and I think they do. And you can still take action, bit.ly/boycott Disney ABC. A good friend of mine, Nalini Stamp, is all over this campaign. Even fans, right? There are fans of Andor. You're like, I watched Andor on Disney Plus. I'm good. I know how to rise up against the Empire, and you guys are acting like the effing Empire. So let's go. There are people been protesting outside. Writers have also been protesting. And so I think, to me, the question is, we're not forgetting this. We're on alert. Everyone's been put on alert. Comedians have definitely been put on alert. I absolutely think we're going to see censors come into clubs. I'm very sure of this.
Despite the fandom surrounding Disney, the combination of public outrage and fiscal threat forced the company's hand, restoring Kimmel to the stage. But the panel quickly pointed out that return doesn't equal freedom. There's lingering concern over whether Kimmel is now muzzled, or if he must tread carefully around Trump in future monologues. A subtle chill on comedy, if not outright censorship, seems to have settled in the studio lights.
George, do you think that kind of chill? And do you think two things? Do you think Jimmy's gonna, moderate somehow?
Well, that's the question I have right now. The question is Jimmy going to be, in order to be back on the air, is a condition of his being put back on the air that he has to apologize, make a donation to Talking Points Memo, or be muzzled in some way, alter his tone?
Turning Point USA.
I wish it was Talking Points Memo. That'd be tight.
I'm sorry, Turning Points Memo. My apologies. That was C. All right. And also, Jimmy did nothing wrong. He told a joke that was maybe not the best one in retrospect, which is not a crime. All right?
I didn't think it was bad.
It wasn't even a bad joke.
The worst thing he should have had to do was on the next night's monologue apologize for making a bad joke, apologize if people misconstrued or I spoke out of however you want to craft it. I'm not in his writer's room, but that's the worst he should have had to endure. This was dumb, all right? And this was authoritarian, autocratic, oligarchy bullshit. And this is Brendan Carr pleasing his dear leader. And by the way, here's a little life lesson by just looking at Brendan Carr. I was today years old when I learned that Brendan Carr was 46. I thought that bitch was in his mid-60s. Being a prick will age you.
It will age you. Evil people. Evil
Oh my
people.
gosh. You know, it reminded me of because I went on to Piers Morgan and it was.
Oh, that was crazy, Don.
And someone said to me, Don, do you realize that you and Piers Morgan are the same age and he looks 70 and you look 40?
Yo,
and I went and looked and we're the same age.
Piers has always looked 72.
Case in point.
He's like Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones always looks 68.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The discussion then broadened to consider the creeping authoritarianism in media and corporate culture. Fantini argued that Disney's actions, designed to appease political actors like Brendan Carr, are symptomatic of a larger trend of media consolidation. Right-wing personalities, meanwhile, continue to flourish, highlighting the stark contrast in treatment.
I think that it's time we understand, like, the deals that SAG-AFTRA struck and that WGA struck were okay given, the situation, but they're not good enough. There's not enough protections from AI, and there's certainly not enough protections enough from authoritarianism. Disney's going to go whatever the way they think they're going to make money. Okay, they want to, do some inclusivity when it comes to LGBTQ plus characters, Black and brown characters. Amazing, right? Cool. That's because they want our dollars. That's because they want our money. But if they want to make a move like consolidate local stations or appease Sinclair, appease Nexstar, they will fire Jimmy Kimmel. So again, we're now being told that it wasn't indefinite. Bullshit. We all saw this. They said indefinitely. This is not a suspension.
Because people are so loyal to Disney. I went to Disneyland like 2 years ago with my friend who used to be Mickey Mouse. She was Mickey Mouse for 8 years.
Oh, congrats.
So I went with her because she knew all the all the times that each character was coming out. Those were her friends. So I went and I just wanted to meet the Goofy and the Mickey Mouse. She goes, "Oh, my friend, Mickey Mouse is coming at 3:15." So I was able to just navigate and get the hell out of there. But these people in Disney, the Disney fans are super. They love Disney so much. I talked to some of the employees. They said, "Oh yeah, I've been working here 20 years. I love Disney." So they were riding on that people are going to be loyal to Disney. And it was great. People were like, you know what? I'm canceling Hulu. I'm canceling everything. And that's great.
Comedy, the panel noted, is paying the price. Godfrey recounted being challenged mid-joke in London for suggesting Jesus might be black, illustrating a broader climate of fear.
I'm a comic that pushes the envelope. So I was in London, but I got to give a shout out to London because they were awesome. But at the last, this lady, I had a joke about Jesus Christ and what he might have looked like. And so I said, well, I think he was a dark dude. He had dark dude problems, And so the lady gets, I said, I think he's a black guy. Everybody can feel what they think he looks like. And she goes, no, he was mixed race. He was mixed race. He was mixed. I mean, she watched the whole show. It was an hour and 5. And she decided to but he was mixed race. I said, and I told the whole audience, I said, you see how I know he's black? She's too angry. The place erupted.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So
Beautiful.
yeah. So it's like it's a lot of comics are scared. They're just afraid. So they take the easy route. Men and women, they take the easy route.
Oh yeah.
I like to go there because I saw George Carlin in concert at the Beacon in New York.
Yeah.
So I saw him live. So yeah,
Okay,
I got
guys.
to see him live. So.
Amid the chaos, the panel found humor in Trump's linguistic struggles. A clip of him fumbling acetaminophen while discussing Tylenol and autism drew laughter and disbelief, providing a rare moment of universal agreement. Some things are too ridiculous not to mock. The absurdity underscored the tension between public ridicule and corporate caution, revealing the complex, often contradictory pressures shaping modern media.
Effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen Is that okay?
Oh
Which is
my
basically commonly known as Tylenol
I
during
fucking
pregnancy
can't.
can be
Oh my God.
associated with a very increased risk of autism.
Okay. Now
a sheet sitting
and
there.
they said
Whoa.
black women
See-
have brain processing power, but I'm just
see you
saying.
next lifetime.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good, wasn't it? I did very well.
That's great.
No matter
That's
who you're talking to, I don't care who it is. The fact that it's the president of the United States stands apart. But even if it were anybody random, as soon as you're struggling that much with that word, I will not pay attention to a single thing that comes out of your mouth. The next thing out of your mouth is like, I don't. You are a dumbass, and I don't.
I can't listen to him at all. I mean, that
I
clip you
Oh,
played.
I can
George,
hear
I
that.
can't
I
believe
love
you
it.
didn't read the thing before. That shows
Talk
you
about justifying cutting the cord, because that's all the cord features is that guy. I can't. He
Oh, that
literally
was
turns my stomach.
wonderful.
That's a good
He
point.
That was
literally turns my stomach.
That was so good.
if Kimmel doesn't use that tomorrow,
Woo!
I'm gonna be
Woo!
so disappointed.
Oh
I
yeah.
got
Baby.
I think Kimmel could start his
I
monologue
got
in
a
fifth
text.
gear. Like, go.
But I
Let me
love
read
the end
this.
when he wraps up how bad he reads and he goes, "It's Tylenol." In other words, it's a paraphrase for Tylenol. La la la.
Wait, can you
La la
reenact
la la
that?
la la no.
Godfrey, reenact that moment for us.
It says here that the this new medicine is called. It's called. I said, well, oh wow, this is tough. I'm a very good reader. Hold on. This is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Ultimately, the episode functioned as a microcosm of contemporary culture. Comedy is caught between corporate caution, political outrage, and consumer empowerment. Free speech isn't dead, but it is complicated. Money, mockery, and the public's willingness to protest continue to define the boundaries of acceptable commentary. In this environment, a joke about a dumb ballroom can spiral into a debate about authoritarianism, corporate capitulation, and the very future of late-night television. And as Godfrey, Hahn, and Fantini demonstrated, sometimes the best response to that absurdity is laughter. Loud, sharp, and unapologetically pointed.